so back in 1998, I did a world tour with Wynton Marsalis one time, his orchestra, etc. And we started off in Moscow, and we ended up in Buenos Aires. We did all points in between. Now, I think that was my first proper world tour. So we went all through Europe and stuff, and then we popped down the eastern seaboard. And then after we hit Miami, we had one stop before we went to South America, and that stop was Puerto Rico. Woohoo! So a legendary evening was had because you see, that's a perfect segue, because that alarm is literally how this whole story kicked off. This next tune is based around an alarm, believe it or not.
Let's stage that.
Pay them extra. So what happened was that, at that time, that was before cell phones basically were rampant. And so at that time, in your average hotel, if you asked for a wake-up call in some of the less sophisticated hotels, you would just get this real nasty ring, like the nasty ring on the phone, hotel phone, rhyming. It's traumatizing. Now, the gig, this is a one-nighter. The gig was a huge resort hotel in Caroline, Puerto Rico, humongous. And so so we performed the gig early. It was ballroom, classic, salsa, that type of gig. I didn't get back to my hotel room till maybe 11:30 or midnight. Now it's like a Friday night, and we had to be in the lobby at 5 a.m. Not the wake up, the lobby. You had to be in the lobby at 5 a.m. to get to the bus, to get to the airport, to get to Sao Paulo. So, me being this kid, I say, well, I can either go to bed, only to be brutally awoken by that ring, 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 or it is Friday night. I am young and handsome. We are in Puerto Rico. It is a humongous resort. Perhaps I will stay up all night, test my fate. And so it was. The die was cast based on avoiding that alarm. This is the first time I'm ever telling that story where I had this alarm to work off.
sound effect. It was perfect.
Yeah, this is the first time in all these years, since '98, that I've told the story that this ever happened, so it's perfect. So see, it's a special night. So I put on I take off my Brooks Brothers uniform and put on my party clothes. Now in the elevator, so the club, the entrance to the club was like about 50 feet from the elevator. So it's a straight line too. So I planned this all. I said, okay, great. I put on some cool clothes. I got into the elevator. Now the elevator was full of mirrors. It was the whole elevator, ceiling, floor, wall to wall, all mirrors. So I decided to strike a pose in the elevator because I was really feeling it. I was like, okay, we're really going to have a good time tonight. I struck a pose. And because the idea was that when the elevator doors opened up, I was going to do my dance fever strut, like do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm a ladies man. I was ready to walk down, staying alive, just right through the club, big entrance. I heard the music in my head. I was grooving. I was all set, and then the elevator door opened up, and I was like, burn it, because I bumped right into the promoter of the whole jazz festival at this fateful moment. Now, he did the one thing that there's promoters that do this, and there's promoters that don't do this, but he's one that does this. He's like, oh, Mr. Lewis. Oh man, you played wonderfully earlier. Hey, there's a piano in the lobby. I've got some friends playing. Come on and play. Da, 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 da. Now, I was just a kid at that point in time. I was not the cold-blooded reptile that I am now. So I did not have the ice water in my veins to say, no, I'm going this way. I'm saying, no, I yielded to this man. I yielded to, he's going to be good. So I went over to the piano in the lobby, and his friends turned out to be like 5 drunk guys over there. Now, there was this young lady from New York that I actually knew. She was doodling on the piano, and they said, "Oh, come on, you sit down and play." So I started playing, and it's cool, and they're groovy and all. I'm thinking to myself, well, it's only 1 o'clock. The night is super young, so I'll do my due diligence here, and then I'll head over to the club.
Right.
But me and the guys didn't speak English, the 5 guys, and I don't speak Spanish. But we started having this chemistry in the music, and it started getting good. We created this merry-go-round and this little chant and all. And before I knew it, it was 2 o'clock, and I looked up, and the promoter had disappeared with the young lady. And it wasn't until years later that I even realized he's the reptile. He was the reptile. He set me up from the beginning to run interference for him. I didn't see that for like 15 years. Well, anyway, there I was with these guys. And so, but we started creating this song, and we came up with these notes. By the way, this is an audience participation moment that's coming up. This is what all this story is for. So here's the notes right here. Right? Now, it was a language barrier, but you know how when you say happy birthday, your birthday comes once a year, and then you wait all year long, and then boom, here's your birthday again. Music's the same way. So we play this merry-go-round pattern, and then when the pattern concludes, we mark it off with bump, 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 and we do it all over again. So the point was we were trying to find a chant, words to go with those notes.
Okay.
Except there was a language barrier. I come up with something in English, they would understand it. They come up with something in Spanish, I wouldn't understand it. And so male ego began to take over. And so I would take a turn, and then the first drunk guy. Then my turn again, second drunk guy. My turn, third drunk guy. My turn, fourth drunk guy. My turn. Now, the 5th drunk guy, he was unique. The 5th drunk guy is what is commonly referred to as a mean drunk. This is the type of person that's like, I'm having a great time. That's a mean drunk. And at this moment, something amazing happened, something historic happened that would change my fate forever. He looked at us all with that drunken contempt in his eyes, and he said, Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And we were like, those matches, we spent like 3 hours trying to figure out words that would go with that would translate both ways. And of course, the drunkest, meanest guy figured it out. And so a classic was born, and of course, I never made it to the club. In fact, I was almost late for the airplane because it was 5 o'clock in the morning. And all the cats were coming downstairs like, hey man, we gotta hurry up. I hadn't packed anything because I figured, I had a whole different night thought out. So, that being said, I will give you a cue, and whenever you get my cue, feel free to shout out those of you who are vocally inclined. Puerto Rico. Don't worry about being vocally in tune or anything like that. Rodney here, Rush Culture has a fantastic Yamaha piano. It's perfectly tuned to A440. Lovely establishment. Those of you who find yourselves potentially rhythmically inclined, if you break it, you buy it. Feel free to produce all non-lethal artifacts on your person and jingle jangle whatever it is you like. These guys had Heineken bottles on the beautiful piano and were making percussion sounds. Ding, 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 ding. So feel free, those of you who are percussively inclined, rhythmically inclined. Don't worry about being rhythmically precise. I have a good left hand. I will make sure to rationalize whatever rhythms you come up with. Those of you who find yourselves choreographically inclined, at my gigs, the dance floor is always open. We've got plenty of space in here. It looks like a couple's night. My dance floor is known world-round to be therapeutic for couples counseling and also things like that, in case you're enduring any relationship turmoil, turbulence, perhaps. Medicinal purposes, just like alto, it's curiously powerful, Shout out to the fellas if you're in the doghouse. Come on, take what your mama gave you. Things get, life turns, life gets better. Yeah. So then, having said that, Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is Puerto Rico. Away we go.
Woo!